When it comes to smartphones, 20,000 rupees is a sweet spot for most people. And the Poco X3 is one of the best smartphones that you can buy in that price range, making it an obvious pick, representing the average Indian choice, going up against the best of the best, the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Hey guys, Amurto here from C4eTech, and this is a fun comparison. So go ahead, enjoy the video, leave a like, maybe subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon if you wanna. But one thing, don't take it too seriously, okay? Okay, let's get started. So I didn't expect this since iPhones are all about being slim and all, but these two phones, they weigh nearly the same. Of course, the build is much superior on the iPhone. We have stainless steel frame holding together two glass slabs. The Poco X3 on the other hand is all plastic. The display though is glass, Gorilla Glass 5 in fact. As for the iPhone, it has a ceramic shield on it. So yes, the iPhone does feel better in hand. We have IPS68 water and dust resistance, and overall I think we can all agree on this. 12 Pro Max is a better looker. But from a practicality standpoint, no one's using an iPhone 12 without a case, right? So there goes the in-hand feel. Both of them are heavy, but at least the Poco X3 has a heavier battery. And while IP53 isn't in the same league as the IP68 rating on the iPhone 12 Pro Max, it does offer some level of protection against the elements. So yes, technically this is an easy round win for the iPhone 12 Pro Max. But in real life, I'll leave that up to you guys. Both these phones have a pretty big footprint, and that's thanks in large to the large displays up front. Size-wise, they're pretty similar. 6.67 on the Poco X3 versus 6.7 on the iPhone. The bezels, especially the chin, is smaller on the iPhone, but it comes with that ugly notch. The Poco X3 on the other hand has a tiny punch hole for the selfie snapper. Much less distracting if you ask me. As for OLED versus IPS, there's no contest here. The 12 Pro Max has a brighter panel with amazing contrast and colors that just pop. Honestly, getting a high quality display is the biggest reason I'd suggest you guys to spend more on a phone, since this is one aspect where it really shows. However, if you're a gamer or maybe you just don't care about OLED, well then the Poco X3 has a trick up its sleeve. Yep, this is 120Hz, and thanks to the Snapdragon 732G, it feels buttery smooth. Now I'll get into performance in a bit, but I want to reiterate this point. Buttery smooth 120Hz on a 17,000 rupee phone and 60Hz, not even 90, but 60Hz on a 1,30,000 rupee iPhone. Okay, let's now take a look at what's underneath the hood. We have the A14 inside the iPhone 12 Pro Max and Snapdragon 732G inside the Poco X3. Now we all know how powerful the A14 is. We have all seen the benchmarks. But then those are just numbers, and numbers, well, they don't matter much. What does is real life performance. And guys, let me tell you this, 120Hz with a 240Hz touch sampling rate, MIUI on the Poco X3 just flies. Now, I'm not saying the iPhone 12 Pro Max is slow or there's any lag on it. I mean, it better be buttery smooth for the price we are shelling out for it. But I just feel like day to day, pulling down the notifications, swiping through settings, the Poco X3 feels snappier. Gaming though is a different story altogether. The A14 Bionic can play any mobile game that we throw at it, with all settings maxed out. The Adreno 618 doesn't really come close. So if you're gaming for the visuals, the iPhone picks up an easy win. That being said, most mobile gamers are playing some battle royale or the other, and in such games, the Poco X3 can perform pretty well. The 240Hz touch sampling rate means aiming feels fast and snappy, and in games that do support higher refresh rates, like Alto's Odyssey, we can actually feel the smoothness in the gameplay. So once again, the A14 is the performance king, but would you notice it? Well, personally, I don't think so. But feel free to disagree with me. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like performance, battery life isn't all about the specs. Say for example the iPhone 12 Pro Max. comes with 6 gigs of RAM, 128, 256 or 512 gigs of internal storage, and a 3687 mAh battery. The Poco X3 comes with 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, 64, 128 or 256 gigs of internal storage, plus an option to increase the storage via microSD. The iPhone 12 Pro Max only has a single SIM slot. There are dual SIM variants available, but they are for other regions. None of them have a hybrid SIM slot. So, advantage Poco, right? Well, not really. iOS 14 is incredibly optimized, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max can do plenty well with just 6 gigs. And the storage is much faster on the iPhone compared to the UFS 2.1 on the Poco. But when it comes to battery, 6000 mAh is nearly 1.5 times the capacity of the iPhone 12 Pro Max. So no matter how well it's optimized, the Poco X3 takes the lead here. Interestingly, the Poco X3 also has the faster wired charging, 33 watts versus 20 on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. iPhone though has MagSafe wireless charging. For me, the best feature to be introduced in this year's lineup. But hey, on one hand, while Apple does not give you a charger in the box, and the MagSafe charger plus official case costs around 9,000 rupees, the X3 comes with an included 33 watt fast charger in the box. And what's more, Apple is still holding on to Lightning, while the X3, we have the much more universal Type-C port on it. So the battery round, a convincing win for the Poco X3. Which then leads us into software. And at the end of the day, no matter how I spin it, it's gonna come down to Android versus iOS. Now, both have their own pros and cons. iOS offers better updates and a more optimized app experience, but Android is more open and allows way more customizability. Now MIUI 12 is pretty close to iOS, and iOS 14 has borrowed a lot of features from Android. So the distinction between these two user interfaces, they're as blurry as they've ever been. But being a long-time Android fan, I'll choose to go Android here. And the fact that the Poco offers an ad-free experience, that's just the cherry on the Android cake. So, what does this leave us with? Well, basically the odd bits and bobs, like the mute slider on the iPhone, Face ID, which works like a charm, and amazing stereo speakers. Poco claims the X3 has stereo speakers as well, but they're nowhere in the same league. But hey, at least we do get a headphone jack. Yep, that's important, and an IR blaster. Now, one area where budget phones tend to cheap out on is the haptic motor. But the Poco X3, it's got a very nice feeling haptic motor inside it. Again, not as good as the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but definitely not one that feels cheap and rattly in comparison. Also, Face ID might be safer and all that, but hey, fingerprint sensors have been secure enough for a while, and the side-mounted one on the Poco X3, it's blazing fast. And since we're talking about the notch, I guess it's the perfect segue into cameras. The iPhone 12 Pro Max, it's got 4 12 megapixel cameras on it, one up front and 3 to the back. As for the Poco X3, it's got 5 cameras. Okay, 2 of them are depth and macro sensors, so let's discount those. Leaves us with a 20 megapixel camera up front, a 64 megapixel snapper to the back, and a 13 megapixel ultra wide shooter. Now we can always show those pictures side by side, pixel peep, and give you guys our expert opinion. But honestly, who does that? Most of us just take pictures and uploads it to social media. Well, for this video, that's exactly what we did. And then we asked you guys to vote on it. Here's how that turned out. When it comes to the primary camera, it seems like you guys had a divided opinion. The first one was 16 versus 12 megapixel, and it went the way of the iPhone. The second one was where we compared 64 megapixel versus 12 megapixel, and that was a landslide victory for the Poco X3. The rest, well, it all went the way of the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but there were some pretty close battles in there. Overall, more of you preferred the iPhone, and hey, it did have the better snaps. To be fair, we all knew that going into this comparison. What I wanted to show you guys is how close the Poco X3 can come to the iPhone 12 Pro Max in day-to-day scenarios. I mean guys, just like with the build and the performance, the optics on the iPhone 12 Pro Max is better. That's a fact. But is it 7.5 times better? Well, not really. And if the blind test results are anything to go by, looks like a lot of you guys agree with me. So what's the conclusion here? Do I want all of you guys to stop buying flagships? No, not at all. Do I want all of you to go out and buy something like a Poco X3 or some other phone under 20,000 rupees? No, that's not the intention either. All I wanted to show you guys is how far tech has come, that even a phone under 20,000 rupees can trade blows with an ultra premium flagship. Guys, this comparison isn't to put down Apple fans or spread hate for flagships. Instead, let's take a moment and appreciate each one of our smartphones. They can do so much, so well, and yet most of the time we take them for granted. So guys, let's show our tech some love. And hey, if you like this video, show the channel some love as well. Like, share, subscribe, you guys know the drill. Also, let's talk everything smartphone in the comments down below. Have a good one guys, and be kind to each other. Omarto.